Hey guys, what's going on? It's Dan, and I am back with another review. This time I am doing Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth. The game just recently released on Steam. It is a PC-only game, turn-based strategy game. If you're familiar with the Civilization series, this is just the next iteration. But they have made quite a few changes to their normal format. And I'll be looking into all those for you. So basically, Civilization, the last Civilization game, Civilization 5, was a great success in my opinion. I love the game. I've loved the series for a very, very long time. It's anything with Sid Meier's name is definitely something to check out because you know you're going to get quality. It all started, way back, the original Civilization, then, 2, 3, 4. 3 was where things got a little, things changed for a bit because, Firaxis ended up taking over the development of all future games. Actually, before that, I should say, they released a game called Alpha Centauri, which was absolutely brilliant. I believe it came out in 1999, and then I believe like a couple of years later, they released their first actual Civilization game. So Beyond Earth is basically a spiritual successor to Alpha Centauri, while still keeping the core ideals of Civilization intact. And I'll show you guys what I mean about that. If you've ever played the Civilization franchise before, a lot of this will be familiar, but there's a lot that is different and new. Which is, in my opinion, I think this is definitely the way that the franchise needed to go. Between how long 5 has been out there, and with all the expansions they have, and just how long they've had out just Civilization 5, they needed to shake things up a bit. Get something new out that would really interest people instead of just, oh, we're gonna release Civilization 6 and it's the same thing with new graphics and maybe a couple new nations. But yeah, so Beyond Earth is definitely a big step for the franchise to go because it really shakes things up. And I'll show you everything that kind of stays the same for Civilization and the new ideas and mechanics that they have. So first, let's take a look at the options menu because I love looking at the options menu when it comes to PC games. There's lots and lots of things to customize here. You have all your game options, quick combat, quick movement, multiplayer stuff, your advisor level. I've selected New to Beyond Earth because there is a lot to learn. You have new to the whole Civilization franchise if you want. If you're, brand new. Some experienced players can get some more advanced tips, or you can just get no advice from your advisor, which is totally fine. Interface options, lots of cool things here. You can change your turns between autosaves, how many autosaves you keep. You can bind your mouse to full screen or never or always if you're playing in like a window mode or something. So that's actually a really cool feature that I'm very happy that that's in there, but I choose never for myself. Let's see. You have map drag speed. You can speed that up, slow it down. Map inertia. Skip the intro video. Languages. All pretty standard stuff here. Your video options. I have everything set to ultra. You can show my advanced options here. Everything on high. Overlay detail. Shadow quality, fog of war, terrain. My anti-aliasing is up to 8x. I believe that's the highest it goes. You have your full screen toggle. You can apply your resolution. You have all different, tons and tons of different resolution options. So, whatever picks the best for you. VSync and thread rendering. I'm not exactly sure what the thread rendering really does. I just keep it on because I can. Anyway, audio options. I turned things a bit down just for the sake of the video. You have your music. Each thing is on a slider of its own. So music volume, sound effects, ambience, and speech. And then you have some, you know, my land nickname, but you know that's just how it is. Whatever. So I'm gonna get right into a single player game because there are a lot of things that changed in actually just setting up your game. I have played for quite a bit. I have a multiplayer game going on. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. I have a single player going on that's a little more advanced. I believe I'm like, I don't know, 250 turns in or something like that. But I've been spending a lot of time with that. So let's just start a new game just so I can show you setting up. So let's set up a game. Your difficulties, basically, you know, Sputnik for the, I guess, beginners. Mercury, Vostok, Gemini, Soyuz, and Apollo. Let's just I'll go with Mercury for now, just for the sake of this. Game pace, you can pick however fast you want things to move, or you know, how many turns it takes to get to, you know, research or any production facilities, stuff like that. You know, if you want to play regular, standard, I think it's pretty fast. It's the one more turn mode. Map size, all different kinds of map sizes. You can go up to 8 players on a massive map. Dwarf for 4 players, duel for 2 players. You can just randomize it. You go small, but let's stick with dwarf. It's 4 players. So now we have to designate a sponsor. So we have 8 sponsors to choose from, and each sponsor gives us special, I guess, boost to some portion of the game. I started my first game that I played. I used the Pan Asian Cooperative, but let's see. Let's go with a more militaristic regime here. Let's go with Brasilia. So my units get a 10% strength in melee combat, and there's a lot of I guess, so if you're familiar with the Civilization series, you know that there are the barbarians out in the open. They're the neutral faction out there that, you know, raid cities and you know, cause havoc for your units out on the map. Well, in Beyond Earth, there are alien units. And most of the time, at least from what I've played so far, they're pretty docile towards you unless you start advancing on their space. Then they start attacking. But I'll show you what that means. So let's just move on. So now we have colonists we have to choose. Scientists, refugees, aristocrats, engineers, and artists. Each thing has its own benefits. I'm going to go with the aristocrats because I noticed that my health is a big factor, and I think that's a good choice. So now we can choose our spacecraft. Continental Surveyor, retrograde thrusters, tectonic scanner, fusion reactor, lifeform sensor. So a lot of these things were like so new to me. You know, this game kind of threw everything at you at once, and you don't know what you want right at the beginning. You got to play a few games to kind of get an idea for how the actual game plays out, what things cost what, and what you want. So I think I am going to go with a fusion reactor, just to get some energy in the beginning. Energy is basically the replacement for gold that was in Civilization. So let's go with that. Now we have cargo. We can begin with extra population, begin with some technology, begin with a clinic in our first city. That'll give us some health. A weapons arsenal, so we get a soldier, or we can begin with a worker unit. I think I'm going to go, even though we're going kind of militaristic, I'm going to go with machinery, get a worker out as soon as possible and start building farms and stuff like that. All right, and then we get to choose our planet. They are, we have a Terran world, a Protean world, an Atlian world, or Atlantean world, and we can just go random. There are advanced worlds for more experienced players and stuff like that. But let's go with you can see the descriptions of what each is. Atlantean world is more of a just an island-based world. Protean world is just one large continent, and a Terran world is a couple land masses with some big oceans and some small islands in there. So let's just go with this. This is what I started, the Terran world, and let's start our game. So as you're going to see, you're going to be still in the same hexagonal based grid that was in Civilization 5. And you'll see the terrain and stuff. There's mountains and craters. And it's cool. So
Hello,
let's
I am the
get right
Advanced
into it.
Integration and Simulation Resource, or Advisor.
Now you
I
get
am
to choose
equipped
if
to
you
introduce
want
you to the basic
advisor
systems that will guide your
information or not.
development on this new
I'll just
planet.
take advice only for now.
Select a suitable location for our people to make planetfall. This will be the site of our first great city.
Alright, so as you can see, my map is up here. And I am dropping in. So, welcome to Beyond Earth. As you can see, we can't see much more of the map than what is revealed to us, just like in other Civilization games. So let's get right into it. I'm going to go over here and immediately start on a plantation. You always start off with an explorer. You want to go out, get as much vision as you can out there. Kind of just explore the world. So, and the game plays out just like a Civilization 5 game did. We have our production. We'll get prompts. So I want actually, let's build the relic first. And then we have research. Now, research is a bit different.
Provides a bird's eye view of the text.
Thank you for that. So research is a bit different as it's now a tech web as opposed to just the tech tree. In Civilization 5. So in Civilization 5, the tech was very linear. You had to go along a tree, sideways. This, we start in the middle with habitation, and then we can branch out, according to what we want next. So each thing has benefits. You can check out what each thing will get you if you go into that research. And you have your advisors, little icons here. If they advise, science advisors for genetics, economic advisors for ecology. We have our military advisor for engineering, and so on and so forth. Let's start with the engineering. That's 32 turns away, but I think it's something we can get. We get combat rovers, which are good melee units. The thorium reactor, repair facility, and we get some titanium. Reveal titanium on the map. Now, another thing to know are these other little icons here. So this is purity affinity, the harmony affinity, and the supremacy affinity. Now you have your affinities up here, and you have to level them up. So basically, the affinities are philosophies on the human advancement that you can shape your colony to follow. Harmony aims to basically coexist with the planet. You get genetic modifications for units. You're able to domesticate the alien species and use them as units. You can get like alien. You can put your units on the aliens, they're riding the aliens. It's kind of neat. Supremacy puts it's basically advanced technology. It uses highly specialized units that can aid in the field and so forth. And the purity affinity is the isolationist, which is basically building up some powerful defensive structures and trying to, I guess, terraform the planet into an Earth-like planet, you know, trying that stuff. So, you know, you can go towards things, and it tells you, if you hover over the icons, it'll tell you what each level will get you if you get into these, into which affinity you want to go for. And you can go for all of them. It doesn't matter. You don't have to. You're not stuck in one once you choose one. Because, like I said, you're in this web, and you can go. I can go from engineering. Then I can go to robotics and bionics and augmentation if I want, or I can go from engineering to fabrication to cybernet. I'm not forced into one specific tree once I choose it. So let's get back to the map. I know this is, oh, I actually didn't choose my research. So let's choose, what did I say? Engineering. So there is engineering. And then we can go on to our next turn. So our next turn is up. Now, another thing to note is, so we have some resources on our field. On the top right corner, you can see as I hover over things. So this is ferrexite mineral. We have some copper here, but notice this like a green, bluish green cloud over tiles. It's called miasma, and it is very harmful to your units. If you have a unit that stays in that hex, it will take damage. So you want to keep your units away from that. And then later in the tech webs, in research, you can get certain units that can take care of that. That'll get rid of the miasma. Like your workers can spray it out, and then you get some orbital units that will get rid of it for you over time. And we will see. So far in the early game, there's nothing really going on. So we have a new colony joining us. And just like it was in Civilization 5, we get to meet our new companion on the planet with us. And we have, you know, the standard declare war, we can make deals, demand, discuss things, but we're just going to leave them alone for now. Just going to thank you. So let's move around, see what else we can find on this planet. Alright, and I'm getting up here.
You have a new quest available. Throughout the game,
so this is another new thing that was added for Beyond Earth. This is quests. Now, quests are accessed here. Thank you to that. We have our quest log, and we only have one quest right now. So basically, we have to research pioneering down here to get the reward, and I will show you, once we get pioneering, I'll show you the reward. We get to choose. There's a lot of options here. You'll see, and the decision making in the game really affects what happens in the future. So, what I did in the setup of the game affected me, and now all my decisions later on will affect me, or will affect me later on when I complete some quests and have to make decisions. So let's build a clinic. And we still haven't run in. Alright, there's our first alien. It's a sea dragon. Can't hurt us now. Alright, and our quest is updated. So, now we are faced with a decision. So you read this, and then you have two options. We can leave our old Earth relics untouched, and then we get a bonus of all relics are free of energy maintenance. Or we can open up the old Earth relics to the public and gain +1 culture from the relics. I'm going to leave them untouched so we don't have to maintain them. I'm not too concerned about culture right now. And you know, those are the quests.
Excuse me.
You
I have
complete a
important
quest.
information for you.
You complete a quest, and then you get a decision to make like that, which is, you know, both have benefits. You just have to figure out what benefit you want and what benefit you think will have a greater impact later in the game too. Now, I know my advisor is talking about health. Health is basically, I want to think of it as the happiness mechanic from Civilization 5. It, you know, right now my health is positive. I have a stable colony. If I go into red, it becomes shaky and unruly, and it could lead to bad things for me. So you always want to keep that in the green. That's basically your happiness meter. I like to think of it as the happiness meter. I'm going to keep going on here.
Resource pods were sent ahead of our
Here
journey.
is a resource pod, so that's going to have some nice things for me. Let's go pick it up.
You have finished construction. on
So
the
I
route
have
which
a
will launch
free
your
solar
journey to
collector
Origin. Select
now ready for
and click it.
launch. Alright, so
Once
I
launched,
have
you
a
will
solar
have
collector.
area
This is an
effect on
orbital
the tiles
unit.
beneath it until it deorbits.
So I want to send it out.
This is the orbital view. It displays the effect areas of units that are in orbit.
As
Effect
my advisor
areas
is saying,
can
this is the
overlap,
orbital view.
So it is useful to plan launches ahead of time. This view also shows your launch coverage area. An orbital unit must be launched over a tile with coverage. Coverage can be extended by constructing city buildings.
Right, this is my coverage area, and I can put my center directly on it, on the edge. So let's put our solar collector out here. And there is actually another alien unit.
Excuse me, I have important information for you.
Those alien units are actually, they're kind of like siege units, but they actually do a lot of damage. But they're easy to take down. Anyway, now we can develop a virtue. Here are our virtues. It's basically like the what the hell was that called in Civilization 5? You know, where you can go into you know, your totalitarian, the honor. What were the other one? I forgot the other ones, but it's basically just a tree. You can go into different. You can go down each different tree, and each thing will give you bonuses to what you want. You know, might is more for combat, industry is more for production, knowledge for science, and prosperity for food and, you know, happiness, culture. I'm gonna go with might right now. Actually, I'm gonna go with industry. I'll go with industry right now just because it's so early in the game. I don't really need any combat bonuses right now. So let's move on. Here. Another plantation. There's another unit, alien unit, alien wolf beetles. Now, the explorer is very, very weak. It is not meant to fight, so you want to avoid conflict as much as possible when you can. Even though I said, you know, some of the alien species are pretty tame to you unless you really start getting in their way. they will attack, you know, unprovoked sometimes. Alright, now let's make, let's get a soldier out. Because I think my one worker is fine for right now. Uh-oh. And my explorer's probably just going to get killed right now. This is bad. Yep. Easy. So he got taken out very, very easily. And that sucks for me. Anyway, our engineering research is almost done, so we can get some more, maybe some combat rovers out there. Alright, we have another virtue to pick. And now I'm gonna stay in the industry tree, and let's go with this +1 for our +1 energy for our basic resources that we have. Let's move over one and let's construct a farm here. The basic unit buildings that you can build are pretty much the same as in Civilization 5: farms, mines, plantations, trade outposts. There are a few new things, which are like there's a new. It's called Xenomass. It's a new, I guess, mineral. Xenomass, floatstone, fraxite. It's all there's a lot to take in of the new stuff, which is, like I said, it's a great
Instruct
thing.
the children not to dream of
All right, so we got our engineering research done, and I'm going to go with. Let's see, what can we go with? What do I want to go with? And like here you can see in the parentheses how many turns it's going to take to get to each thing. Let's go with, where was, pioneering, so we can complete that quest that we have. And just like in Civilization, we have the city view, where we can buy tiles, expand our borders, or we can assign our colonists to work different fields so they can, you know, we can get the bonuses from each field. This is pretty good right now, that how it has it. And then we have change production, or we can just purchase things. I'm actually going to purchase an explorer just because we need one out there. So we'll return to the map and get going.
Your explorer has noticed something strange nearby. It could be a ruin, some sort of wreckage, or perhaps alien in nature.
So I'm not
You
going to
should
go
follow
after
your
this
explorer
right
to the
now,
site
just
and
because those
excavate
aliens
it
are
to see if there is
blocking
something
the way.
worthwhile to be found.
But I can send my explorer out here to construct an expedition. It takes a few turns, and they will uncover some information, or they'll give me a bonus on something. Hopefully I can get to one of those soon. Let's see. So now we have another quest decision to make. So now we have two different ventures that wish to establish, Shackleton and Farbase 1. And we see here what each venture will provide to us if we end up approving a trade route with them. So I'm actually gonna go with Shackleton because I want to set up a trade route and get the extra production.
You have discovered a station. You can establish trade routes with stations to receive various supplies that your people may need.
So that's it over there. Ooh, there's actually here's another. Oh no, that's not good. That's a siege worm, and that will destroy any unit. It's pretty crazy to take down. Let's see if it attacks me. Please don't attack me. I'm gonna move away from that for right now. Alright, so here's my soldiers. I'm gonna move them out here.
One of our
Gonna have them
units
take
has walked
that.
into a cloud of strange alien miasma.
And here goes my advisor talking about the miasma. My soldiers are standing in the miasma, so they will take 10 damage next turn. That's not a problem right now for me. Alright, let's go with a repair facility. And let's go. Alright, and just like in Civilization, we can defend. This siege worm is encroaching on our territory, so let's shoot it a bit. Move my soldiers out towards the enemy alien. Alright, I am going to provide health care for civil workers so I can get that plus health. And another colony is joining us.
泛亚合作，光宗耀祖。
Alright. Soldiers will get hit, but we will take out. We'll take out the enemy. There we go. Let's get our worker back here. Now hopefully, I'm just hoping the siege worm doesn't take out my expedition. Alright, and just like in Civilization 5, you get experience bonuses for your units. I'm going to heal them up and move them back out. And my worker, I'll move him over here to work. I want to keep that siege worm at bay. Let's build another farm. And let's get our soldiers back towards the main city. Now, our expedition will be done in 2 turns. We'll reap the benefits from that. And I'm going to heal up my soldiers.
Your explorer has discovered something wonderful. There are many more sites like this to investigate.
And our expedition is complete. So we get a boost of 80 production to our main city, which is great. And then another thing to note, our explorers expedition modules down here, we have to return back to our main city to get more, which is kind of a neat little thing. I've made a mistake a few times of not being near my main city and then like trying to look for another expedition and getting to it and I'll go, oh wait, I don't have another module, I have to go all the way back. So you have to be careful. Now another thing, this siege worm, if he decides he wants to move into this tile next turn, he'll just destroy my farm. There's no way around it. Alright, now we can get our first affinity point. I am gonna go with the purity and supremacy route. I'm not too concerned about harmony. a reactor.
The universe is either in progress or in entropy.
We got our pioneering, so that means we completed our quest. And we got another virtue. So now that I have my soldiers out, I'm gonna start down the might tree. And we have to choose our research. Actually, let's look at our quests first, see if we can. Alright, we have to kill the siege worm, build one colonist unit, drain the Xenomass lake at the crash site, which is there, or find 2 research pods. We already found one, which is fine, so we don't have any research quests to fulfill, so we can kind of go off to wherever we want to go. Let's go with ecology. Alright. And I'm going to have my soldiers just stay for a turn. Ah, he is moving away, which is totally fine. I'm going to send my explorers back up here. So another new station. So like these stations are basically city-states equivalent from Civilization 5. You know, you just establish the trade routes so you get the benefits, but you know, there's no protecting. As far as I know, there's no protecting and demanding stuff from them. They kind of wipe that out, which is good. I didn't much care for that, dealing with city-states and stuff. Alright, so let's construct another expedition, see what we can uncover. Oh, we failed the quest. That's okay. Let's build a trade depot, and then we can maybe set up a trade route to Shackleton. Actually, let's move these guys back, just in case. So our next research quest is to research computing. That's fine. We'll take a look at that once ecology is done researching. Let's have our soldiers stay. And here comes another colony.
The temple doors of the Protectorate are open.
I'm actually going to put my soldiers to sleep. Down here, basically the same, pretty much the same commands as in Civilization 5. You can put them to sleep until they're needed, and you just click on them. So let's put them to sleep for now. They're not needed as of this moment. Has my worker not been working? Let's construct a farm. There we go. Alright, let's get a combat rover out. And let's send our explorers back to pick up a module and then head down to
Your
that
explorer
site,
has noticed something strange nearby. It could...
which is down there. We'll set up another expedition.
Our engineering groups have discovered a new efficient method to build and deploy satellites.
Alright, so now we got to... Now they want computing, but that's 43 turns away. I don't really want to wait that long. So let's go actually into chemistry. Like I said, there's just so much to take in. A lot has stayed the same, but a lot has changed. As you can see, definitely a lot has changed. When asked if it's for the good or for the bad, I think everything that's changed is for the good. This series needed a shakeup. Actually, well, I'm gonna move him. He's a miasma. Move him across. Construct an expedition here. Yeah. So all the changes are definitely for the better, in my honest opinion. The series needed something new, and I feel that Firaxis definitely has delivered. Here's our combat rovers. Now, I love to just sit here and play this game out, but I'm going on 45 minutes right now, and there's so much. Here, I can show you guys. Civilopedia. It's basically their in-game Wikipedia. If you want to search up any technologies and resources, combat rules, everything is in here. And there's so much information to take in. So if you're really unsure about something, the answer is probably in the Civilopedia. And there's just, like I said, so much information. So little time for me though, but I hope you guys enjoyed. From what little I showed of the game, it's easy to just get lost in, as you know, any Civilization game. Just one more turn, just one more turn, just one more turn. That's what you'll be saying to yourself again and again by playing Beyond Earth. It's intense, and by intense I just mean it's just, you don't want to put it down. It's very, very addicting. They haven't lost that aspect of it, definitely. So go check it out for yourself. The game's available on Steam, and it runs great. I showed you my options, my graphics options in the beginning. I'm running everything on Ultra, everything on High, the graphics option on Ultra, and then all the advanced stuff on High. Everything's the highest it can go. It hasn't stuttered, it hasn't lagged. It is absolutely perfect. It's a great game, great optimization for the PC, so go check it out. I will leave the store link in the description for you all to check out, and thank you guys for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Go check me out on indiejuice.tv. I will have a written article up sometime soon on this. Check out all my other reviews. I have a ton up there. I'll leave all that in the description. But thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.